episode number 44 of the No Randoms podcast. You got your boy Kev, Anton's in the house, Shad's in the house, and we're going to jump right into today's episode. Anton, my boy, what have you been playing this week?
I'm happy you cut me off there. I was about to go nut. I'm good, man. I'm good. What have I been playing? It's been good. The boys, yesterday I texted you guys to jump on some pro clubs. We finally got the squad back on clubs. We were about 6 deep, I think. Shout out Marcus. Mike should be on there. Ray should be on there now. Jerry should be on there. Obviously, we got Shad, Kiev, Nick, myself. So, the pro club squad has been fun. I also jumped into some. Thank you. We've been talking about it for a few episodes, and now we're back. So if y'all want that smoke, let us know. We're here. We got custom matches. We do this. Also in a little bit of For Honor, man. That's an old school game. I don't know if I've talked about that in a while. I've been hacking some dudes at that. Yeah, just some For Honor, a little bit of Apex. You know what I mean? Obviously, new season of Call of Duty. We'll get into that later. But yeah.
We will. Yo, I missed out on that. I've been busy. It's mad games out. But that's good to know because we always cover everything between the three of us. Shad, my friend, what about you? What we got? We got some Hogwarts maybe? Is that a guess?
Yeah, you guys already know, bro. Oh, man, yeah. I beat the hell out of it. It's super good. I saw that you guys were playing FIFA, and I felt bad. So I was like, I got to get back on my FIFA game before I play with the boys. So I was playing some seasons matches online yesterday on top of that. But no, those just 2 games, man. It's been a really good week. How about you, bro? What you been playing?
I've also been busy. I got some, a little bit of left field action as I have been known to do. I think I've played the most Splatoon 3. You guys know I love Splatoon. We talked about this, gosh, a year and a half ago, something like that. But, Splatoon 3 came out and I did not pick it up. I think I had just been busy playing a lot of other things. But when we were on vacation, I was like, oh, this is a good vacation game. The night you guys went bowling, I was like, this is a good, I'll play around, you play around. Let's just hang out and watch a movie. Either way, the fam loves it. We are very into Splatoon. We got into it fast. So we've been playing a lot of that, which I love to have the switch in rotation. Splatoon 3, you guys have seen me on Apex. We got some dubs this week. Lots of dubs. Actually, we won more than we didn't win. But that's a lot of credit to Marcus. He's been on his game. I'm going to just be honest about that. We got some dubs in Apex. We all got on FIFA, as we just talked about. We got some clubos. Your boy was serving up assists for Shad, even though you weren't there. And, tiny bit of Harry Potter. I've been out there with my Revelios. You know what I'm saying? I know some spells. What's the fire? There's a fire one. I know that too. See? So it's been fun. We'll get into that too. We saved some time for Hogwarts, but it's been a busy gaming week for me. Honestly, I feel like we're back in the swing and it's getting fun again right now. It's a good time. It's been a lull in the industry, like we've talked about, but it's more fun than ever for people playing the games, right? Like esports is down. All the developers are firing people, but the games are still really solid. So we'll get into that. A lot of gaming news. Might be a long episode. Let's hop into You Love to See It. Right. This one was really exciting. We have been asking for this for so long. From Insider Gaming, this is an exclusive here. Sony is developing wireless earbuds for the PS5, and they look great. Again, from Insider Gaming, sources have revealed that Sony is developing wireless earbuds and a new wireless headset for the PS5, both of which are scheduled to release towards the end of fiscal year 23, April 23 to March 24. That's a wide gap.
That's a very
the earbuds. You know what I'm saying? The earbuds named Project Nomad will have approximate battery life of around 5 hours, which is almost identical to Apple's AirPods, but slightly less than Sony's WF-1000 XM3s. That's a hell of a name. Of course, just like almost all wireless earbuds on the market, the Nomad will come with a charging case that can be charged via USB-C cable. I don't know who's more excited about that. I can't, you know what I mean? Like people that just love their mobility, long hair people that have to get up and get down. We got responsibilities around the house. I'm all of those people. What do you guys think? Are we hyped about this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hyped for this because I already connect my Bluetooth headphones to the TV and play like that, but I just can't chat. So to be able to do this and be able to like join the chat party will be nice because that's the only aspect of it I'm already missing. So yeah, it's a W to me. I love it. Be able to play sitting up in game, like sitting up in game, sitting up in bed. You know what I mean? So a lot more comfier, dude.
Right. This is a
At least
huge
for me.
win for me, fam. I could be doing
Mm-hmm.
that wired business, but then also even just putting the headset. I've talked about this 50 times on the pod, and I guess I'm the only one of us with long hair at the moment, but my hair is so much work. And I can't be putting the headset up on, I got to get the headband and get it scooted back. So earbuds are like, I always have earbuds in. I don't use any of my over-ear headphones, like really almost ever. So this is really exciting to me. And it's like, just give me one that works. It's been a long time annoying that I can't just put my AirPods on there. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I could do it on the Switch. Just be cool. So I'm really excited about this. Quick question: does this spell disaster for our boy Ray J? Is it over for Raycon now that Sony's coming out with the earbuds? I don't. What do we?
I was just gonna say I'm not like a sound engineer or anything, but I was kind of curious. Like, sorry, excuse me. Like, are these gonna be like noise cancellation? You know what I mean? Are there gonna be like different? I haven't read it yet. Sorry, so I could say that. But like, are there gonna be different tiers to them too? You know what I mean? How there's like the AirPod, because I see that they have like the in ear, like the actual bud thing. So I don't know. I'm curious as to like how good the sound quality will be.
So apparently,
Sounds
like the
decent.
Sony WF-1000s, they are actually pretty good.
Okay,
As far as their like flagship like product line. On a technical level, audio wise too, they do have sound canceling. So that's kind of like the one thing that's missing because I also do the like AirPods with the TV. You
mm-hmm.
can't talk and there's no sound cancellation. So it'd be really, really cool if this actually fully did have that integrated into the system. And then, like Kevin said, if you had long hair like this, after a long time, you can't get immersed into the games because it gets heavy. Like this is all metal. Like especially if you have like a nicer end, like I guess like headset. I'd rather just have the earbuds, and you can take them anywhere. You don't have to just like use them at home. That's the benefit of them. Charging dock, let's go. Take it to the airport, let's go.
Glasses wearers as well.
Oh, true.
There it is. That's the other thing that gets me. You're right. I'm not wearing them right now, so I think I forgot. But it's the long hair and the glasses full. That just starts to hurt right here. And then when I have my hair up, so I have my do-rag right here and my glasses right here and the headset. This is a unique problem that a lot of us go through.
Yeah,
you've been there, my boy. I'm thinking about cutting it off. I'm getting there. It's been a minute. But yeah, hyped to see these, and we'll see how it goes. Moving in to some industry news. The business was busy this week. Did you guys hear about PlayStation making $8.8 billion more than Xbox in 2022? That's a whole... All right. From GamingBible.com again. For a roundup from Tweaktown, PlayStation soared above Xbox in 2022, earning $8.8 billion more in its games division. This isn't surprising. However, it's very possible that the Greens, meaning Xbox, will have a much stronger year thanks to a scattering of anticipated games. They're claiming colors now, the Greens? This article did go on to say that the tribalism between the domineering duo is over to an extent. Phil Spencer, that leads Xbox, has said that The Last of Us is a great moment for gaming, and that Sony's exclusives seem to have a higher quality than its own. So maybe Xbox is trying to, give some love to PlayStation and call off the war. Is this surprising to you? 8.8 Bs is a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, it would make sense. And if I remember correctly, I mean, Xbox, weren't they trying to integrate like with them, but PlayStation was the one that said no, right? Wasn't that how that worked?
I think so. Yeah, PlayStation has always been like the kind of stuck up one, no? Like the kind of we don't play well with others.
So I mean that would definitely make sense. That like, you know what I mean? They're like, hey, come on, man, break us off, Doug. Like, I mean that's a lot of that's a big difference. That's not like they're killing us in like a few $1,000,000. $8.8 billion. That's a big difference. Like, yo, come on, man. Let's break up in this market share here. Like we got the library. Y'all got the clientele. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could say whatever argument you want between it, but I mean the numbers speak for themselves. You know what I mean? So I definitely think the PlayStation exclusives add to that for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's just true. Like that's where and again they're the ones complaining about Xbox exclusives, and it's like, fam, like that's what you guys do and what you have done. That's why you're winning. I don't understand, and like I guess this is slightly off topic, but how do they make so much money? Like, we're talking about bees. Not like this is how much they made. Like, that's how much more they made. How are they making so much money, but esports and like all the divisions are failing? Like, hey, could you just spend some on like the health of the games? Like, what if you didn't? What if instead you only made an extra 4 billion and you just like cut off $4 billion to spend on like the community and shit, like making PlayStation stars better or whatever?
As I was gonna say, it's because that's being invested in the PlayStation stars.
We're on the same page. I don't understand that. Like, I just they have so much, because remember they bought Activision-Blizzard for $60 billion. We say that like we even know what that means. Like we watch enough news or whatever. Like what is $1 billion? That's insane. How many employees can you pay for with that much money? I don't know. I mean, I guess kind of speaking in that same note, right? Next headline here. This one is from Hitmarker. Remote employees are being forced to return to Activision Blizzard's offices. Full-time remote work at the publisher and its studios is reportedly being abolished, forcing staff to return to physical office spaces in the coming months. Harsh. Some of the details here. Activision Blizzard employees have taken to social media to denounce the company's return to office plan. Depending on the studio, employees will be required to return in either April or June. As a result of that change, some employees must now relocate back to the city where they were hired, which means a lot of them moved away. One Twitter user who works at Blizzard posted a lengthy thread of tweets in which they expressed their thoughts on the plan. They shared that the shift to remote working was not only beneficial to employees in terms of health, but also in terms of lowering the cost of living, as again, some relocated further away from the cities where the offices are based. That's it. That's interesting, right? Because you get paid kind of based on where you live. So like you're kind of cheating the system. If you get paid to work in El Segundo, but you live in Oklahoma, you're kind of cheating the system. I mean, I get it. It says here, prior to that Twitter thread, a Reddit user shared a screenshot of an email from the company revealing that Activision QA staff must work from the office 3 times a week beginning April 10th. Is that what they're complaining about? You got to go to work 3 times a week. It says following the report on the situation, a company spokesperson confirmed that it had updated its work plans, stating that the program was put in place based on what's best for our business and our teams, and that it looked forward to the increased real-time in-person collaboration and opportunities this change will foster. That was a lot. I'm not actually so mad at this. I think the headline looks gnarly, but I don't, after reading the details, I'm like, I mean, this seems pretty cool. You work at Activision Blizzard. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're some boring accounting firm where you got to go and slave away from something you could do at home. Like, it's got to be one of the most fun places to work, period. No, like, and if you look at where they're in El Segundo, Austin, and Minneapolis. Like, those are all great places. Minneapolis is Minneapolis, to be honest. I'm not going to front. I'm not calling that a great place, but some people like it. But El Segundo is incredible, and Austin is fantastic. Like, what are they complaining about?
You know, I feel 2 ways about this, because it's like, on one hand, I can see, I mean, as someone that's personally going through this, you know what I mean? Like, especially of the last few years, the beginning of this year, I had to start going back in 2 days, like all day. And it's like, I understand your argument from like, I guess like a finance to like gaming side. You know what I mean? It's like, I could do this at home all day, but then like, this is gaming, you know, but then to the contrary of that, it's like, but also when I'm in all day, like I get everything done. You know what I mean? Because I'm not used to being in, I'm not used to having like that much time. So it's like when I almost, you know what I mean? Like when I get home, I'm just chilling and just waiting on whatever comes to me, you know? So it's like, I can understand, but then also like on the flip side of them, it's like, if y'all niggas were nailing your shit too, respectively, then I feel like we'd probably get off your back about this. But like respectively, y'all, like all of your drops lately, as far as I'm aware, and look at Modern Warfare 2, have been fucking ass. Like y'all have been gotten way too negative feedback to just be sitting here talking about, well, why can't we? Like, are these still the same niggas that don't turn on their cameras in meetings? Like, nah, maybe y'all need the boss to walk around y'all and be like, hey, what are you working on? Every once in a while to like make, you know what I mean? To get these projects done. I mean, look, they were just 2 weeks behind on the season 2 release. So it's like, I don't know. Like maybe you shouldn't be fucking up. Maybe we wouldn't have to be in half the time. You know what I mean? It's like I've always felt of that as like a performance based thing. It's like, and I hate to be like that, but it's like if you're doing your job and you're doing good, it's like, all right, well then, you know what I mean? But it's like if y'all niggas are missing deadlines and failings of projects, and you guys are tanking money when you've had the biggest, it's like I don't really know what to tell you at that point. Nah, y'all niggas gotta show your face. Like, sorry, you're trying to cut corners and shit. Like,
I mean, they said it in the article.
Like,
in the article, it even says like they want to be in person, increase real time in person collaboration and opportunities. Like, yeah, that's basically a nice way of saying like we're gonna make sure people are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And as like a gamer, please do that so we can get better games and like no more issues with games. I don't think that's a lot to ask for, but we're also sympathetic, you know. What are you gonna say, Kev?
I think in reality, like that's part of what they're talking about too. Is there's special the creativity and collaboration. Like you do get more, right? There's the idea that you can be greater than the sum of your parts, right? You see this in sports all the time. You certainly see this in business. Some of the best ideas come from that type of connection and collaboration and ability to speak kind of freely, right? Even on this podcast, we have such an organized and controlled flow of conversation, right? Like we have it built out with the three of us and what the roles are, and we have, with pre-production and notes, and we get to read through that. It's different when we just sit and talk, like when we're just hanging out, right? They have different flows of conversation. I think the goal of the pod and the reason we do it with our friends is it's so much easier for us to get there, to just start talking, we know how to get ourselves there. And it's much harder to do that with, say, like colleagues, right? Or people you haven't been friends with for 20 years. So I totally get it. I work from home. It's really nice. I love the time with my family. Don't get me wrong. I work at a much smaller company now, so I think it works for us. But like there is some significant benefit to working at the company. So I'm just thinking like working at the physical location together. So I'm just thinking, even if it's not just because they've been fucking up and maybe they have, what if we just want to get better? Like, is it the company's fault for wanting to do an even better job? Like, we see better for you. People have to go to work. Like, that's not a crazy idea that people have to go to work. Like, don't get me. It's such a weird time now.
I love it. I don't want to go. That, dude. Because I literally I caught myself venting about that the other day. I was like, oh man, yeah, how's it like being back in? And I'm like, just trying to power through my day, and then like as I was walking out, I thought about it and I was like, bro, how fucking soft am I? Like I'm literally like 2 days of being in the office for 8 hours and I'm over here like fuck, like bro. And then like we just saw Adrian, and this nigga Adrian be working 60 hours a week. Just you talk about, I'd be there working the bell shifts, dog. Them
that boy in work shoes.
Yeah,
and I'm work shoes. He's in like them flat hard bottom,
bro. 10 to 12-hour days that, just being gone. I'm like, nah, I hate it.
So. Imagine pouting at all. I've been like, can we go to the office? We'd probably do better if we hung out sometime. Like, let's get together and do some stuff, So like, and again, you work at Activision-Blizzard. You don't work, for like Amtrak. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking like there's some accounting department at Amtrak that has to do the accounting for train ride. Like, who the fuck, you get hyped to go that day? Like, yeah, company outing. We're going to like, nah, man, you work for Activision. You get perks. It's exciting. You should be proud of it. Hopefully you're a gamer. So like enjoy it. Go into the office. And again, it's not all the details, but what we read is like 3 days a week. It's like, hey, take a 4-day weekend every weekend and just come in so we can get some in front of you time. It's not even like you do more work in the office. You get less work done. They're like, hey, come and hang out with us, please. Like, please. Like, they could go to work.
Hot take. Have game releases been worse since COVID? Since people started mainly working remote?
A fact. One fact.
Have game releases, updates, communication, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they've gotten worse. I don't know. I feel like there should be more. There should be more transparency with devs as well, instead of just people like. I feel like there should really start being like a spokesperson or whoever's like a lead, like I don't know, someone, because what is it with Call of Duty that they've been doing? Like I know Charlie Intel doesn't work for them, but like I can't think of the name. There's somebody that worked for I think Infinity Ward. I just realized Activision was catching strays. It may have been Infinity Ward who's been fucking up. So sorry if I was wrong. But like you know what I mean? Like I feel like there should be more of like a developer, like I don't know, on TikTok or some shit. Like why do we not have more? And I guess I'm basing that off of and I may be a little biased, but like Dr. Disrespect's like model with Dead Drop, because they have their 5th like creator thing coming out, like behind the scenes reveal of like where they are and stuff like that. Where like they have like the founders pack where the founders get to come out and play the game like in its current state, talk to the devs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And like they'll show like real time where they are with, and like, get feedback, what people think. And it's like, why don't we do more shit like this? I don't understand. Like, why do games like 2K and stuff like that get away with just like changing, like full on changing, dribbling, shooting, like mechanics in the game and not releasing any updates? And like everyone's just like, oh, fuck it. It's like, I don't know. We need to start having some kind of accountability, or at least more like transparency with these niggas, man.
Open
like,
up
with
the
how much money we're
conversation.
talking about, like y'all be making, like, come on now.
Open up the conversation, right? Like, let us have a little bit of, not even input, just let us share some more. The word transparency, I think, you're hitting the nail on the head. It's like, why not? This used to always trip me out when I worked for big companies that will remain unnamed. But when we have embargo dates, so it's like, hey, nobody tell anyone this news until said embargo date. Nobody can run the story. Nobody could talk about it. I'm just like, excuse me, just one question. If anybody wants to talk about our shit, why would we tell them to stop? Like, please, somebody leak my news. That means people care about my news. And if it leaks and makes headlines, then we get to steal the headline before we even run the headline. It's so counterintuitive to hold the news back. I mean, it is what it is, right? If you're working on something cool and it gets out for real, wonderful. If it gets out organically, I'm not saying go and plant the story. Then it's always corny, right? That's when it doesn't work out. If somebody cares enough to hack your system and read your emails and find out just some regular news, not privacy information, like so-and-so is going to sign, a new partner to the portfolio, that's free news. Oh my God, like, let that shit go. So I'm all for transparency. If there are people that care at all, please try to keep them caring. No? Like, how obvious. By the way, moving on, speaking about stuff we care about. This was a really big one, and I should see, who is this? Who's the source here? This is from svg.com. EA Sports strikes a big money deal with the English Premier League after losing the FIFA name. EA Sports is reportedly on the verge of agreeing to a new 6-year deal with the EPL worth some £488 million. A contract said to be worth more than double the value of the original deal. I got some negotiation. Sky Sports reports that clubs were briefed on the deal this last Friday, which is expected to bring in more than £80 million annually. In return, EA will retain the rights to some of the most popular football clubs in the world, including Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. I just want to say a shout out for listing Manchester City first. Clearly the most important and most popular club in the world. Just want to start with that. What do you guys think about this? Sure. The way that I be lying. Oh, the way I be lying. But no United in your face. This is, well, okay, actually, I'm going to go first. This is, I thought, huge. I thought it was sneaky. I thought it was clever. And this, where we are right now with all this talk about the EPL being the Super League, where it's a fact. And let's be honest, if Real Madrid didn't win Champions League so frequently, like if Spain didn't win Champions League so frequently, would we honestly consider them level? Like, in terms of a league, like it would be the EPL so far out ahead of everybody else, and the rest of the leagues are farmers. Nobody cares about the Bundesliga. That's just the Bayern league. No one cares. It's so boring. The Italian league completely fell off. Even Juventus is bad. Sorry, Rip Anton. The Italian league. Who's the best talent? Who's talented over there? Who's like the young talented? I think Leao plays over there. Maybe. Spain has some fun players. Oh, okay, like, I don't know. Barca's got some. That's the weird thing about Spain. Like, they have players, but like only they love them. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I don't know if Gavi and Pedri start in the top six. Well, maybe in the top 6, but the top 3.
They try and make those two seem like he's Foden. And you know me, I'm a United guy, but like you got to respect what it is. Like you got players like Phil Foden who are super young, and you got to like take that as like the level. And it's like, I don't see those two at that level. I completely agree. It's like, those are all lesser leagues, in my opinion.
I think Foden's, well, I won't get too, we're getting soccer here. I think they're in a similar conversation. He's down right now. He's an incredible talent. He's down right now. And again, they're the type of people that have talent. But there's individuals like Kevin De Bruyne that, like, play in the midfield that are solid all the time. Like, look at Chelsea. Again, Conte's been gone for ages on injury, but there are guys that are like grown men there. You know what I mean? That like you can be relied on every single game. They're not young, like they're going to be great in the next 5 year players. Either way, my point being, the Premier League is by far, in a way, it's like the Premier League, Barca and Madrid. Sure, like if you want to put two other teams in there, that's fine. Every other team is in the Premier League. Even like Newcastle's going crazy. Is it Brentford that's been playing their ass off, or Brighton? No, I think it's Brentford. It's like a runaway situation. It is Brighton. It's like a runaway situation, and I think what EA did here by choosing to partner with the Premier League makes so much sense. If they got the Prem and just those two other clubs, like that would be pretty strong. I'm going on for a long time. I guess I will say, now that I say all of that, I'd be pretty bummed if I lived in like Italy or somewhere. I could care less about the MLS. Anton, do you think this is clever? Good move? Bad move?
Yes and no. I mean, it was good. I do agree in that aspect of like the Premier League. I mean, I don't know. I may be a little biased because I follow the other leagues. I mean, in my opinion, it kind of sucks though that they're not. I mean, I just don't think they're marketed as well. Because I mean, look at a lot of the talent that gets signed out of Germany that ends up going. I mean, look at Jadon Sancho, Jude Bellingham. Who else did they just sign? Like you know what I mean? Like the Wolfsburgs, the RB Leipzigs. It's like they're good developing, but they're not the stars. You know what I mean? And so that's what I mean. They're not like, I like watching them. Same with, you know what I mean? I guess that's why I like Italy and France as well. But
doesn't that inherently put it on a lower? Doesn't that make it like the college league, right? If it's like where you go to see the stars either develop, or like that's the good scouting league where they're going to graduate to the big league, right? You see what I'm saying? How it separates and puts the EPL like on its own.
But again, I think it's just the marketing thing for that they do for it. 'Cause I mean, a lot of those clubs still beat those clubs in Champions League or Europe. You know what I mean? So I just don't think they have the same money and TV rights as the bigger clubs, and it's hard to grow when you don't have and you're not consistently in front of people's faces. Especially, who the fuck is watching these teams from East Germany and shit? You know what I mean? Like, nobody cares. Like, unfortunately,
I do think,
you know. So
right. I'm with you. I think tournament play is different too, though. You know, like it doesn't mean you're a better club. I think like by nature of the teams moving, I don't know. Either way, we'll have to see. It's weird though, right? Like it's
like how do they market this for the other leagues though? Then you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they have the rights for them, but then what about everybody else? You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to think of because you didn't say Manchester United, but I believe they're partnered with fucking Konami, right? Because I know Juve was until this last season they came back. But I believe Manchester still is. Manchester and Barcelona still.
Barcelona and
also,
Inter Milan.
Yeah.
How are the clubs going through FIFA? And like, where does maybe I'm confused, but like, doesn't FIFA own all the federation naming rights and like global football, but they don't own all the club, even though they have the Club World Cup, they don't govern club football, do they? I thought, and like, what's UEFA? I'm confused.
What does this mean for the next World Cup update? Does this mean that
I'm assuming World Cup's
like
gone.
a World Cup update then? Right.
Well, but also though, like FIFA's no bit. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna do something. Here comes Konami with the FIFA. Like FIFA's not gonna. There's one thing I know about that organization is they're not gonna like lie down. Interesting, right. Completely different thought. It says here that the deal is expected to bring in more than £80 million annually. That's like one pretty good player. Like, what is that enough money for this? I'm like, all right, cool, whatever.
Right.
Isn't that like a really low amount of money?
What makes me
6
ask,
years,
like,
480 million?
What other stuff do they get aside from that? Because when you put it like that, Kev, that's true. It is kind of like smaller. I thought it was a big number, but when you put it into that, like that thought,
I mean, that's enough money to sign Mbappe, as far as I'm concerned.
Barely.
It's not though. Like it's not. His agent would be like, "No." That's the bonus, maybe. That's what I'm saying. What a trip! Like you can't even sign one really good. They're talking about Holland's $1 billion player. Like, what do you do with 80 mil? Like, Jack Grealish costs more than that. I don't know.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I guess that's what maybe we need to see the development of it. Yeah, but like, what does that mean? So then, do they get exclusive rights to the stadiums as well? The locker room?
They must share in the game sales. I got.
You know what I mean? Like, what is that? I don't know. I guess it's good for the clubs, but then it's like, how is this any like more like how is this more ethical than the Super League? If they just are pumping a bunch of money into the English league, like, haha,
I'm telling you, fam, if all the best
this is
players,
their league. It's like, well, then why would anybody oppose the Super League? Then it's like I would rather see
if all the best players go to the Premier League, then the Super League already exists. Like it's becoming weird, but by nature of the spending, the Super League it's gonna end up like American sports, where it's like no one cares about basketball in Turkey. Like is the NBA, and that's it. I don't know. We could talk about this for a long time because we love the game and the sport and this conversation. But I think we'll move on to like the kind of core segment of our pod this week. I'm gonna talk a little bit about Hogwarts. Mm-hmm. There's like multiple articles here, and I want us to just talk about our thoughts for a minute. Hey, there's those notes I was looking for. Man, I was looking for these. So yeah, hopping into Hogwarts. This first article I thought was really interesting. It says, why Slytherin is Hogwarts Legacy's most popular house. You guys saw that? The Slytherin is like by far and away the most popular selection. It says here, go ahead, from GameRant.com. In Hogwarts Legacy, players can pick which of the 4 Hogwarts houses they are sorted into, and this affects their playthrough of the game. Surprisingly, Slytherin has risen to the top to become the most popular house. Despite being associated with dark magic, Slytherin House has managed to strike a chord with fans. This may be because the mysteriousness surrounding the house has given it more allure than intended. It could also be an indication that fans are deeply interested in dark magic and do not ascribe to the black and white view of morality. That makes sense, I guess. Hot take, cold take. I'm a Gryffindor out here just like kind of trying to be a good kid. Everyone I know playing this game is a Slytherin. I've never even heard of a Hufflepuff. What are your houses, and what do you think? Banton, where'd you end up?
Heard one now, boy. Hufflepuff.
I'm telling you, this is a Hufflepuff ass nigga. I've been telling you.
Hustlepuff, dude.
This man's a Hufflepuff. Wow, I've never heard of that.
And to be honest, I was just gonna kind of wait until you got a little further into it, but like, I'm not really that far into this game too. I've kind of told Shad about it a little bit. I mean, as I've mentioned previously, I didn't read any of the books.
But you didn't read the books
at all. I
haven't
watched any of the movies. I don't know a goddamn thing about this except there's Harry Potter, I think Hermione, and that redhead nigga Ron Weasley, right? But I know him from like the show The Orphan now. So I don't know, bro. It's a little overwhelming for me a little bit, to be honest, to like just like run around in there and like try to learn stuff and like the whole world, the lore and all that. I do like it. It's beautiful. I can understand why y'all niggas would be Slytherins, y'all evil ass niggas, like from what I have collected of the game. And I was asking Shad too, because I was running through it and I was like, wait, does this mean I can't do all that fucking shit now? Like, what does that mean? Do I got to go back and restart? He was like, no, dude, you still can. I was like, okay, cool. So
can I still do all the dark magic? All right, yeah. all right. I do want to hear initial thoughts. Do our best to not... fuck it. Game's already out. No spoilers, but there's going to be some spoilers. Shad, we already know you're a Slytherin, my boyo. How has it been? Are you enjoying the Slytherin aspect of this? Are you full dark magic? Are you all pasty skin with like the white eyes and shit? How's it going?
Honestly, like I think the big like thing I wanted to do in this game was like grow back my hair. So I just like got some hair and like I'm super stoked on that. My guy has fair skin. Maybe he has like a little scar. You know what I mean? I think he was like hacking a bowl and like something. I don't know. It is what it is. He's kind of a tough guy.
An evil bull.
But like, yeah, is he cool? You know. But yeah, I got all the spells. I got all the evil spells. It's crazy how the attributes are actually set up. But I have 3 tips for people who are brand new if they've never played. Really easy. If you do start that game, you'll get these things called Merlin trials right off rip. Get them. That's step 1. Step 2, wait about 9 hours, 10 hours of the game. You'll get your room. Then you can explore, do all the side missions and get OP. And then step 3, literally like there's a little button. You just tap it one time. It tells you to hold it, but tap it and it'll give you a guide to get to your mission because everything is so immensely big. I thought that it was going to be more linear than it would be like open world. Like it'd be open world, but like not as open world. And holy shit, like it's huge. It's like a Valhalla, like a Assassin's Creed Valhalla map. And there's stuff everywhere. So
I've been like only just slowly unlocking the map, and then same thing. Brittany was like, "Oh shit! Like, is that how big is that?" Because I went to Hogwarts, and then you get like you see Hogsmeade and some other things, and then you hit the world map. Like, oh, it's a big, like it's a full size, like standalone large game, which is awesome. And it's growing really quickly. So either way, I saw this cool headline that came out that was talking about some of the cool ways it has to go in terms of DLC, right? Because the game is already so expansive, and then you think like, how does a game like this become a Skyrim or what's that other one y'all play, Elden Ring, shit like that becomes a game you go back toward, right? So this one also comes from Game Rant. It says Hogwarts Legacy has some obvious ways to go for DLC. First one, most obvious because you could fly on the brooms. Quidditch, right? Bringing some sport into it. I would be on there. Oh, can we get some pro clubs on Quidditch? You know what I'm saying? Second is, of course, multiplayer, right? I still can't believe this game doesn't have multiplayer. Got to have that so we could run around the castle, you know what I mean, and matching cloaks. The third one is Azkaban, Diagon Alley, Ministry of Magic, and other famous locations. The lore is already so deep, it's almost insulting to call it lore alone, right? Like it's so deep. That's a layup, right? To take you to some of the special places. The next one is new spells. This could go on for almost ever, right? To keep learning new spells and keep programming. Again, there's so many to pull from the world of Harry Potter and the new movies and the side quests and side books. So I think new spells could go on and new classes could go on and on. And then finally here, genius idea, pets. There's like cats scattered throughout the map, and I keep stopping to pet them. No spoilers. But I'm like, this better end up doing something. Do I get like a cat monster? Do I get some like type of help in some situation? I don't know, and I don't want to know. Just want to keep playing the game. So that's been really fun. I'm loving that. No NFTs. Finally, bringing this home. And I thought in spirit of some of the places it could go. I saw another cool article, this one here from SVG again, that says Hogwarts Legacy multiplayer is coming. Sort of. It says here, if the name The Together Team rings a bell, that's because this coalition of modders has teamed up previously on the Skyrim Together mod, which allows up to 8 people to engage in a player-created version of the game at once for free. The group is now working on a similar multiplayer version of Hogwarts Legacy, which they've dubbed Hogwarp. As announced in a post on February 13th, 2023. I got him. As the Together team told PC Gamer, Hogwarts will also make the original game playable for up to 8 individuals at once. According to the Together team modder Yamashi, Hogwarts has been developed much faster than their last edition through the use of the Unreal Engine technology. Said it made the project far easier than Skyrim, and reverse engineering Unreal Engine's games is an order of magnitude easier than custom engines such as Bethesda's Creation Kit. So they got some strays here. But multiplayer's coming, right? It sounds like because it's built on the Unreal Engine, they're going to be able to make this a reality. I should have bought the game on PC. What's that face, Vanton? What you thinking over there?
I just don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. Again, I feel like maybe it's just me, like getting into it now. Maybe I don't have like the child aspect of it, but like I felt so stupid running around just going Revelio, like every 10 seconds, bro, and like all those little spells, Reparo, Revelio, Aki, something else. Bro, them shits just felt so whack to me. I felt so stupid playing that game. I was like, you know what, dude, turn this shit. I barely get like 20-minute playing like times into it. It's just so like I need to give it a chance. I know it's me. It's
you. That man has no inner child.
Okay. But I don't know, bro. It's just like I start getting into it. I run around. I hear about 3 Revelios, and I'm just like, man, get this shit off me, bro.
You don't want to talk to Griselda,
some dudes on 2K
Lover Bloom.
Lover Bloom.
I don't know. And then to hear about this, it's like, what are they going to do with multiplayer? It's like, are they going to add, I don't know. I mean, maybe you guys can answer this. Like, I mean, with these lore places, like, I mean, can they do like raid type things? Or, I mean, you know what I mean? Like multiplayer.
We could run up on the Dark Wizards.
Like, is that, like, are there, again, I haven't seen anything, so I don't know. Are there like big trolls and shit or like boss fights and stuff like that? Yeah. Like, do you think they could like
there's giant trolls? Whomping willows. You could go fight the trees, my boy. You could get your Patronus. You could get your Patronus going. right? You could He Who Must Not Be Named, the whole story, the Dark Wizards, the lore from before this. We could go forward in time. We could go backward in time. Harry's got parents. Harry's not even in this game. They got mad Weasleys though. What's Hermione's story? We could go on forever. There's ghosts and ghouls and goblins. One guy turned into a rat, and he was also a rat though. See what I'm saying? We could go really deep on this. It's like Takashi, but he was Peter Pettigrew version though. I'm telling you, people all over love this game. And honestly, this, not to send more strays because it's a cool game, but like people play Animal Crossing. I never heard you so passionate, Doug. Oh, I understand that. I'm not even gonna play it that much. People play Animal Crossing though. oh, the one Harry Potter stan. Look at this weird guy by himself that loves Harry Potter.
I've never heard you're going deep. I'm like, damn it, I know you knew it like that.
I know a couple of things like,
hey, my man, where you learned that song?
My nigga, I was 11 when that shit came out. I read the books. I was there. I was younger than 11. I was like 8. I was outside, is my point. You wasn't outside and get no books. This man had no reading level.
I need to give it a try.
But again, a lot of it really is the inner child, like memories, exploration thing. And like, if I didn't read the books as a kid, I don't think it would work the same way, because the stories it's not deep enough if you don't already know. Even like the opening scene going through the bank, if you don't know about that bank already, if you don't know all about Gringotts or whatever the hell, then it's not as cool. But to get to experience it for yourself is interesting. I was saying people play Animal Crossing still every day. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Didn't you you built your house so big? Like, I don't know, there's Acorn, you can buy more stuff, but I'm like, what do you? Yeah, like some niggas just find a game they enjoy and they want to go back to it. I'm not those niggas, but some Harry Potter
so that opening bank was like a real cool thing.
Yeah,
again,
kind of.
So I just like hearing you say that, I was like, oh shit, that's funny, because I was just like, I skipped that cutscene mad fast. I was like, yo, get me through this shit.
Oh, with the wild like roller coaster thing. Yeah, it's in the movie. Yeah. They describe it in the books. It comes up again and again. Yeah, even seeing a dragon in the beginning was like, oh shit, they got a dragon.
See, okay, you know what? I need to go back and like watch these or something, and then maybe play this game, and then maybe I'll have like a better appreciation for it, because I feel like there's a lot of things that just go over my head that I don't appreciate.
It's going to be tough, though, because the first few movies, they're like kids. Like, because we grew up with it, they start as kids' movies that are kind of made for, 10, 11, 12, 13. But by the time they're 17, 18, 19, they become dark, like more adult-themed movies. Like, like people die, there's murder, there's evil, there's love, and like it kind of grows as the story goes. The first one is like the protagonists are all 11 and 12 years old. It's like a kid's. It's still fantastic, but it's hard to get back into for adults, or can be, because it doesn't pick up until, I'd say, the third movie.
That's what I was going to say. So, third movie.
Hang in there. Yeah, watch it with the kids if you can. I think my in-laws watch it normally every like Christmas season, so it's good to go and revisit. But it's pretty solid, my boy. Go check it out. They got a new movie in the works. I'm hyped on that with adult Harry.
First child.
See,
I feel so left out, bro. That's like the biggest thing from like my childhood that like I missed out on. It's like, man, people that are just like so nostalgic about it. I'm like, wasn't me, dog. I couldn't do it.
Dragon Ball, what? What? Who? Goku?
I tried putting on what was that? The Lord of the Ring the other night.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, and see,
me too.
and you guys talking about this is how I was. I was like, what? Like, this nigga Sauron was trying to fuck shit up. You have no idea. Look at so I get it, but
I could relate to that, because I put on the first episode of that show and I felt like such a dork. She was like, what? And I was like, oh yeah, there's a lot going on here. Like, if you don't, the little like trolls come out, the little short, and it's like, oh, if you don't, you know what? I'm gonna watch this by myself. I got it. I'll watch this on my own. I turned it off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you got a good point there. Lots going on. Slide into sports. Banton, you want to take that one?
Yeah. Let's see. Where's this here? So we got Boston Scott gets a giant killer deal in Rocket League. This is actually pretty cool. Rocket League, in case you don't live under a rock or something. Rocket League, the mega popular game of car soccer, is celebrating Super Bowl. What was it? 37, right? Last weekend. Am I tripping?
I think it's
Last weekend with an
42.
NFL update. 42. I have no idea. I didn't really watch it. I just
62.
watched Rihanna.
Who knows
I
Roman
can't.
numerals?
We don't. I don't know. If you, in case you missed the Super Bowl last weekend, Rihanna's concert with an NFL update that includes a special nod to Eagles running back and pro Rocket League player Boston Scott. Shout out to him. Alongside car decals and items for all 32 teams, Scott, as well as the Saints' Cam Jordan and the Chiefs' McCole Hardman Jr., received a player-specific decal paying tribute to the reputation as the Giant Killer. That's pretty cool, man. I'm
I
pumped
thought
on
this
this.
was
Dude. I need to
super
play more
hard.
Rocket League. What?
Rocket League's an amazing game. I got
Yeah.
two ideas on this one because I thought this was super hard. Again, Boston Scott, who's a pro Rocket League player, which this game is so technically difficult. It's like being a pro FIFA player. Like it's a esports sports game that is very difficult. It's crazy. So aside from being a legit pro Rocket League player, this nigga's like a playing running back, like a starting actual sees the field, not a backup type running back that just made it to the Super Bowl. And I mean, they didn't win, but made it up there. So I was like, oh, this is great. He got special appreciation in the game. But then they put in Cam Jordan and Mecole Hardman, and that would be so tight. If I'm the only dual sport pro, like, what I get my own car? How come they got some shit too? I had to earn this on the field and on the sticks. So I would be just a little bit tight, to be honest. I don't know about Mecole Hardman Jr.
You think they 1v1'd?
You might need to 1v1 me after this, bro. Like, they put this nigga from the Chiefs on too. That's shade. That's shade. I don't know, bro.
Come on now.
I don't know. Sliding into culture. What's that?
No, I was gonna say, I just always think that's cool, man. One of my coolest things, one of the things I always thought was cool growing up and playing video games is also always being a video game. So I don't know. I feel like it's something that's like oversighted, but like, you know what I mean? To have like your own skin or to like be in a game or be a background or something. I thought that was pretty cool, man. Especially like such a big game where it's out there.
I'll be pouting about that. They stopped making the NCAA video game before the year I played college football. I was gonna be in that shit. Xbox 360. I was so ready. That was the point of playing D1. Put me in the game. I already had it figured out. It's like, I'm gonna get an Xbox 360. I'm gonna get like 2 of them. I'm gonna get 3 copies of the game, and I'm gonna just save it. And when the kids are older, whatever future kids, like, here's dad. Look at dad in the game. Look at the old boxy dad. And I never got the chance, along with like a host of other. If there wasn't so many players, I'd say run it back. Give us all 12 years or whatever you didn't make the game. Put everybody in it. But that would be insane. So don't actually do that. Moving on. Jumping into culture. This I thought was pretty cool. I'm a big fan of this franchise. So we'll see what you guys think. From Hitmarker as well. Twisted Metal Reboot could include on-foot combat and VR functionality. It says job postings from the UK-based studio Firesprite may indicate that an unconfirmed reboot of the PlayStation classic Twisted Metal will feature on-foot combat as well as PSVR 2 compatibility. Some details here. The alleged reboot was originally in development by Lucid Games before reports claimed that it had been handed over to Sony's first-party developer Firesprite. That's a W for them. The studio aims to break new ground, blending genre-transcending gameplay mechanics around vehicular and on-foot combat, and deeply embedding them into a unique gameplay environment as part of a unique and vibrant universe. They use unique twice. That means you're looking for words. Not only was on-foot combat mentioned in one of the listings, but the desirable skill of experience developing gameplay for VR was mentioned as well. Although the title has not been officially confirmed by PlayStation, the series is also receiving its own TV adaptation this year. For an unconfirmed game, that's a whole bunch of confirmed news. I feel like when we were talking about this transparency thing, like, what if you just told me the truth? Like, all right, we won't confirm it, but it's getting a TV show, and here's all the listings for the job we're hiring. I think this is awesome. The type of game sounds interesting, right? Like this vehicle on foot. Is there a game like that?
Titanfall? Kind of.
I'm gonna be honest. I was really confused. Maybe I don't have the visual for it, but I was trying to imagine that because from what I know of Twisted Metal, How would that work?
It feels to me like a
the
little bit like GTA Deathmatch. Could you imagine that? Like with cars blowing up and shit.
I don't know. That seems like a lot for VR, at least, in my opinion. Just because it's like, I mean, you're in a third person in a car and you're like shooting rockets and crashing shit, and like having that like third person aerial like vicinity is what helps with like avoiding on the course and seeing where people, you know what I mean? So like imagining it from like a VR perspective, like running around and shooting stuff and hiding. It's like, so is it a Twisted Metal shooter, or
Has
if it's in the
anybody?
cars? Imagine like
Oh,
driving
it's got to
around
be
in
a
VR
shooter.
trying to like shoot rockets and shit. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know. That seems kind of. I mean, I'm thinking about getting motion sickness thinking about that. So I don't know. Like how would that
This
work?
might be a dumb idea, but are there any like third person VR game? Like just because you're in VR doesn't mean you need to necessarily be first person, right? Like what if you were in? I would play the shit out of that, like an immersive, like an overhead view, but like where I can see around. That could be kind of cool. Maybe
I don't think they have that.
like I like Fortnite, but from I'm gonna check that out. It's got to exist. I have played some of the. I guess you have too. Some of those first person shooter games in VR, and they're
Hmm.
really fun. To your point, I don't know how you move that fast. Getting into and out of vehicles seems pretty nuts. Like, how do you stand and drive? But like I was saying, I mean, it's given like GTA 5 deathmatch with like
Hmm.
character selection where you have different vehicles. I maybe I don't know how this works. That sounds kind of complicated from what I remember of this game. But I used to love this game.
Yeah, well, because it was the different whips, and they all had like different fight, like
Yeah.
different. You know what I mean? A different fight
Then
and
they
just
had the
blood.
Viper,
And
the
there's like
all
the
black
dirt.
one.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the
and
oil
it was like
slicks.
a map you drive around and shit. Yeah, so it's like that's what I'm trying to imagine. Like how are they changing? And that's what almost because I get excited off the name. And I remember Twisted Metal Black was like one of my favorite PS2 games. I think ever, at least top five for sure. So that's why I'm like, oh yeah. And then I hear that and I'm like, wait, but how are you going to do that?
You're right.
If
Like
it was just
either
a
one of
regular,
these works, right? Like on foot or VR. But how do you do a VR experience that works in the car and works on foot for this type of game? Because why would you get out of the car?
right? And that's what I'm saying. Well, then it's just a new shooter just with Twisted Metal characters. Then
Battle,
I
gonna
don't
make a
know. I
battle
guess we'll have to see.
royale. We're gonna
Yeah,
have to
I
see.
guess
I'm
we'll have
gonna
to
watch the TV
see
show
more on
though.
that.
Don't
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
up the
yeah.
TV
Because I
show.
fuck with it.
That's my shit. That clown motherfucker. I forget his name, but it's the bomb. All right, moving on. Ready for that to come out though. That sounds fun. This one from The Verge is just what's new in Apex Legends Season 16. People have been hyped on this. Like it pushed them over the new player limit. I'm excited. I'm enjoying it. A lot of games out, but Apex is like still going strong. Um, again from The Verge, Apex Legends Season 16 Revelry kicked off on February 14th. If the season has a theme, it's that developers at Respawn are taking a look at 4 years worth of iteration on their massively popular VR and revisiting big picture concepts rather than introducing shiny new things for already seasoned players to collect and play with. I love the timing of this. They were ready for this Call of Duty new season. They're like, every time COD comes out with a new season, we go down. Not this time. It says this makes quite a different season from the ones fans are used to. Season 16's patch notes have already been published, and we'll condense them quickly to the high points and explain what's being added. So first, it says for the first time, Respawn is kicking off a new season without a new legend. Instead, the designers have reworked the game's class system and given each role a unique perk. I've been kind of digging that. That's been nice. Did not need a
Mhm.
new legend. We've got enough. For the first time, I want to say I did not get the last legend. I forget what her name is with like the little swoopy hair. But I also don't like. I don't use
Bullet.
Vantage. Yeah, yeah. Like I don't know. They're falling off. They're not falling off. But I'm like, I know who I like. Next up, it says Respawn is implementing Team Deathmatch mode, which we talked about, I think, on the last pod. I have really enjoyed Team Deathmatch. If you guys haven't played it, maybe you have. It's chaos. I almost don't know if it works
Yeah.
for this type of game. Like, it's a lot, but we'll get into that. Um, it says Respawn has also given 7 characters a comprehensive rebalance. We get the Nemesis Energy Assault Rifle, which is wild broken. That's like the most cracked. It's ridiculous, but I mean, it's fun. Just like the RPK. And they finally updated the firing range, which actually was way, way overdue. with some orientation matches. So all of this together has pushed them over their 500,000 concurrent player count record. So Apex is like as healthy as it's ever been across all platforms. Lot going on here. You guys have played. Shad, have you played any of the new season?
I haven't played any of the new season, but I have a lot of respect for that game. That's a highly technical game.
We're going to get you up in there. Banton, have you played the TDM?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
It was fun. It definitely is a little hectic. I think it's probably going to need another rework or two in the long run. I think it's fun now, but it'll probably need a couple of like changes, maybe to like abilities or I don't know, maybe maps. I don't know. I just keep playing on the Mirage, like with the crashed ship map.
I was going to say the map. Yeah.
So
it's
I don't know.
You say
maybe
that.
Yeah, so maybe it's the maps. I think that Apex would be better with like a search and destroy type game mode or something like that, where you can't respawn or like you can't just respawn. You have to be like you can like hover their thing and like bring them back, or like if you get down, then you know what I mean. Like maybe something like that, or there's like you have to take them back to like your respawn point, and then there's like a beacon there. I don't know. I think something like that would be a lot better. Like a bomb mode maybe or something like that, because yeah, like you said, it's just hectic. It's fun, but it gets old. I can't play that for too long. So I don't know, but in terms of like the class rework, I think that was really good. I think they needed that. I don't know. They're doing good. The weapons are good. I feel like it's playing really smooth. The heirlooms are finally starting to come more often, as far as I've been seeing. They're doing a good job. Like you said, they're definitely healthy. They're cranking. They got rid of the mobile, so I think a lot of the focus just on the game is doing good.
We'll get through some more of the components too, not to go too long, but I was trying to just for a second spend on the TDM itself, right? So yeah, definitely hectic. And I think you make some really good points. It's been requested for a long time and it was on the mobile game, right? So they had deathmatch and I was way excited. And it was kind of one of those like a dog catching its tail. I got it and was like, oh shit. Wait, do I even want to play this? Like, what do I do? And I thought about it for a while. So skipping the thought process, I think you're right about the maps. I think everything you said makes a lot of sense, actually. But I was thinking to myself, like, you can't use the same maps for this. Like the way it's set up, it just doesn't make sense. And of all things to fix it, it makes some players like totally just useless, right? Like I don't know. The first time I played, I was like, "Ooh, I'll be lifeline. I'm gonna fuck them up." You don't get knocked; you just die. Oh man, I can't. Like, there's no reason to use life. Like, there's no you heal automatically.
The mobility players are the best ones on there, dude. Valkyrie,
right?
What's his name? The fucking robot. I can't.
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like
my boy.
whoever Octane, whoever can get around fastest are like the best ones.
Even being Bloodhound is solid. Vantage is solid. Like the sniping in that game is on, right? So like it's really it's a lot different. But like, what are you gonna do with my girl Loba? What's the point? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, no,
so I think like you were saying though, that would be really dope. Like if you were in like a search and destroy or something like that, you could use Loba and you could steal maybe like one item that's not in the player's hand. That'd be kind of, you know what I mean, from the field. Either way, lots of room to go. I think you had great suggestions, but the TDM with them has been interesting, and it's chaos. Like Shab was saying, the skill level is so high, and the ways players move, and what you can get done. It's just there's just people going everywhere. You're getting sniped from every which angle. Like it's a lot going on. I've been having fun with it though. The rebalances have been great. The Nemesis rifle is absolutely cracked. Like we said, it's insane. Have you been using that?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everybody's running around with Nemesis and something else. Like everybody's got a Nemesis going in. And
you find Nemesis, but you can't find fucking shield cells, bro. It's ridiculous.
No shield cells, but you can run up on fools with the Nemesis near, and it goes all the way across the screen. Like that shit is money. Final piece there. You're gonna cop an heirloom. They're finally selling heirloom shards straight up.
Did you see I called out Matt for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this dude gonna post a video like finally got heirloom shards. I was like, nigga, you did not buy them talking about finally got heirloom shards.
Finally
Boy, don't be trying to play for clickbait, nigga. Don't play me. You bought them Johns for $150. I don't know. I don't. I think I'm gonna just wait it out. I've really thought about it, but I'm gonna just wait it out. For that much, I'm gonna make another character on 2K and buy a couple packs on Tracer packs on Call of Duty and just do my thing, you know.
Fair enough. I think I'm overdue. I've been wanting to get them boxing gloves for a little minute. You know what I mean? I've been waiting. The Pathfinder boxing gloves are solid. I don't know who else's I would get. I think Wraith is pretty cool, but I don't play as her, so
I want Caustics, bro. I want the hammer.
not for me. Not for me. But then boxing gloves. That's like always on. It's kind of hard body. I'm just saying. All right. Take us into games, Blanton. We got a whole bunch of shit going on.
Oh man, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. Let me get through a couple of these articles really quick. Come from DualShockers.com. Sons of the Forest now tops Steam's wishlist rankings. And End Night Games' Sons of the Forest has become Steam's most wishlist title. The survival horror simulator arrives in early access on February 23rd. Published by New Night, Sons of the Forest is the sequel to The Forest, an open-world survival game released in 2018. The Forest put players in the shoes of Eric LeBlanc, who must serve for his son in a cannibal-infested forest after a plane crash. Featuring non-linear gameplay, crafting system, eerie environment, The Forest drew critical acclaim and sold more than 5 million copies by the end of its launch year. Originally announced in 2019, Sons of the Forest has been in the works for a long time and faced several delays, but at long last, the eagerly anticipated sequel is close to getting into players' hands, now that they're going back into the office 3 days a week. I did play The Forest. I don't know if you guys ever had heard of those or checked those out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that game's actually, it's pretty fun. So I'm stoked on this. This should be cool. It's on my PlayStation right now, actually.
Yeah.
So how come no one ever told me about this? I was going to play the gameplay trailer here, but we're moving on. How come no one ever told me about The Forest? This looks dope, and people are hyped on Sons of the Forest?
Yeah, bro, I play my survival games by myself just because there's a learning curve to them, and most people don't like playing them. Like I jump in DayZ by myself all the time. You know what I mean? But it's just
low key Black Ron Swanson ass. Are you a doomsday prepper? Be honest. Are you a doomsday prepper?
No, dog. Chill out.
Are you?
How much dried beans you have in the garage?
Dried beans.
That's a personal
this
question.
This fool's got cat food. All right, I'm
moving on.
You got old bunker Anton.
Well, what was that? I'm trying to think of that Curb. What was the first episode? You're a COVID hoarder. Do you remember that when he went to the fake what was it, the fake memorial for the producer? Did you guys ever see that one? No.
I don't know. Was he getting like paper towels or something? Am I making this up?
Yeah, yeah. He had a closet. Yeah, I can't remember. It was like a famous...
yeah. They went over to his house. Yes.
And he was looking for the bathroom. And he opens the closet and there was
full of
toilet paper and paper towels and Lysol and everything. And he was like, "Are you a COVID hoarder?" And like John Hamm and everyone starts freaking out. And they're like, "This guy's hoarding all the fucking toilet paper. What the fuck? This guy's a COVID hoarder."
Oh, I just started watching that show again. That's the best show ever. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It's the best, man. Sorry, but moving on.
COVID hoarder.
This was, in case you missed it, everything we saw during the surprise Nintendo Direct showcase. Article from Kotaku.com. Nintendo always likes to sneak up on us with its Nintendo Direct upcoming product showcases. After only a day's warning, today we found ourselves bombarded with news of the Japanese giants' gaming plans for 2023. Here's a few of everything we saw, just kind of rifle through a few. Metroid Prime Remastered, Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, Disney Illusion Island, Pikmin 4, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Splatoon 3, Fire Emblem Engage, Expansion Pass, Game Boy, and Advance, previous games that would be, I believe, loaded. And I mean, I could have kept going, but honestly, there's more. If you want to check them out, there's a huge list on Kotaku.com. But it looks like Nintendo is coming to fill us up. Whole bunch of dude. They got a bunch
Super
of content.
pause.
So that's huge.
Came out. He said, "Fill us up." Woo! He's out here. Might have just scroll through Splatoon. Right. This Shad, you wild boy. I can tell one thing for sure when I listen to you read this. Banton does not have a Switch. This man doesn't care at all about Nintendo. He skipped over Bayonetta. This boy is like, yeah, I mean, they got Metroid Prime Remastered, Kyrebe's return.
Metroid, bro. No, Metroid, don't. Okay.
They said Splatoon 3 DLC.
And with the Splatoon.
These are big games. Like, again, Metroid is huge. Like Metroid, Bayonetta, Pikmin, Zelda, Splatoon. Those are huge games. And I'm actually hyped on the Game Boy Advance. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of those like nostalgia plays they go with, like, here's Sonic from the Dreamcast or whatever. I'm like, this game kind of sucks. But like we talked about last week, the handheld situation. Like, I'm much more apt to play a lower quality or lower definition game, like a Game Boy Advance game, on my handheld Switch than I am to sit down and play it on like the PlayStation or on the on the Xbox. So I'm pretty excited about some of those handhelds. These are really big games, and this is big news for the Nintendo community. These niggas are not playing around, bro. They brought a lot of serious games.
Yeah.
This does remind me. Oh, we're gonna get you on there. No Nintendo, no Harry Potter. What happened to you in the 90s? Like,
Eli.
He was working, bro. He got his first job at age 11, so he missed Harry Potter. He was making Subway sandwiches at 11. He had to get a worker's permit.
So he was busy in Anton's castle.
Games. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, you're making my sandwiches right now? That's crazy, bro. How you been?
What's up, dog?
Was gangbanging
or what?
Gangbanging in kindergarten. Hey, baby, what you doing on that corner?
Y'all niggas gonna drink too?
Was that baby? You want the combo or not, though? We got chips. I'm sick. This did remind me actually. Brandon came up for his birthday, so we just went to dinner and we were hanging out, and I found the like one of 12 people on the planet that is super hyped to play the old games. He's been off PlayStation for like 10 or 15 years. He's been only on Xbox for like 3 generations, so he didn't play like what God of War, Horizon, Spider-Man. He hasn't played any of these games, so he's like, oh no, PS Plus is amazing. And I was like, oh my God, we're always talking about how nobody cares about this shit. Like, nobody exists that wants PS4 versions of any bullshit. He's like, no, I love all the PS4 versions. I've been putting in hundreds of hours. I guess there are some people out there like, yes, I get the old games. Love it.
You know, maybe there's something to be said about that, honestly. Because I remember I came across this dude on TikTok who was playing on like a PlayStation like 3, I think, or something like that. And that niggas were roasting him like, bro, why don't you fucking upgrade? What are you doing, bro? At least get a 4. And he was just like, no, I'm happy. Like, this is just, Nick was just content with his shit. And it's like, when I hear that, I think about that. I'm like, you know what? Couldn't be me. But there's mad niggas who are just content with some shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, maybe that's what we're missing, guys. Maybe we need to slow our roll. Maybe we're the problem. PS3. It's like, you know, we got VRs, Xbox, PlayStation, Switches. You know what I mean? Maybe we need to just slow it down, take a step back, and then we'll start appreciating shit more. You know what I mean? We'll come on this podcast every week like, holy fuck, I played Skitty City Skylines, you guys. You know? So I don't know. But
I like this idea. Let's stop playing video games for our gaming podcast. Let's play a little bit less. Let's dial it back and then come and talk every week. Because we're possibly the problem. There's too many games.
You know? Like the guy I sent you that was playing on the old Mac Intel. You know what I mean? With the old cubed screen. Like, maybe we just for research purposes need to take it back. It's not for us. This is the thing. It's not for us. It's for the listeners, all right? It's for the next generation.
For the community. It's for the people. Anton's a man of the people. I'm playing the games I want to play. Fuck that. It's true, bro. We be playing games like we wear sneakers, though. It's like, oh, yeah. I like these shoes, but does anybody else like them right now? When's the last time somebody talked about them? What came out this month? Since I left the sneaker industry, shit is so different to me now. I don't care about what came out in the last 6 months. I can give a shit. I don't even know what's coming out right now. It'd be like that. You got a point.
I'm telling you, man.
Play the classics.
But let me jump into now the most popular Call of Duty for 2023. Some shocking news in my opinion, but we had some come out. Who was this from again? Sorry,
Inverse.
It's from Inverse.
Okay. Oh shit. What So unsurprisingly, a new Call of Duty game will launch in 2023, but this apparently wasn't always the plan. According to a 2022 Bloomberg report, Activision had initially planned to skip a premium COD release this year, 2023, in favor of large expansion. But now, according to new reports, this plan seems to have been scrapped, and Activision indeed will launch a brand new COD game later in 2023, just as it since every year since 2005. Ooh, moving. So some updates here, I guess what they have are some bullets. So they are releasing it. They do have beta confirmed on PlayStation for weekend 1, October 6th through October 10th of later this year, 2023. And then the following weekend for all platforms, the 12th through the 16th. What?
PlayStation exclusives, assholes.
Right. And then right, COD 2023 will launch on the old generation as well as current gen. PS4, 5, 1, Series XS, and PC. And it is going to be made from Sledgehammer Games, who made Vanguard and Advanced Warfare. And I don't know. I guess we'll have to get more info on that. I'm a little torn on this. I started to write like a whole segment thing on this because I feel like I'm one of the people that kind of likes the Sledgehammer games. They get a lot of hate. I personally thought they were all right. I've been saying for a few episodes, I don't really think that Call of Duty needs to make another game. They should just focus on this one. But hey, man, money talks. So I don't know. What do you have you been playing Call of Duty at all, or what do you guys think?
I haven't been playing this week. I think I was saying all the other stuff I've been playing, and I haven't been on the PC as much. But I feel like we collectively were all saying this is what we need to not happen. Like we've all been just saying, same when we had Jarrell on the episode, when we had iMugs on the episode, everyone's like, if you could just stop, at least give this game a run. And I could have sworn that they committed to giving this game a 2-year run. That was the commitment. Like, we're going to give you more updates and stop giving you a new title. And it looks like they just went back on that like really soon. I feel like we just got season 2. We're still getting used to that shit. Like it's still a new game. And they're already going to give us a new one. Like, honestly, I'm probably going to buy it, but that's annoying. I don't know, man. They're just going to keep doing the same shit.
Because, and I mean, to kind of get into the season 2, we didn't really go into the season 2 releases, huh? When did we go over that last week? The stuff that
we did. The season 2 updates, you covered them.
Yeah, well, as I was saying, was that last week, right? Okay. I couldn't remember if it was last week.
Oh, we took a week off. We took a week off for Super Bowl.
Okay. But like, the new map and all that, and they finally added the rank play. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to check out that system or anything. But and the new weapons, which is actually, sorry to sidebar, but so they added a new weapon, right? The assault rifle, a shotgun, and the crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
The crossbow you don't get. They have an event going on for 2 weeks, basically. You have to complete, either between Warzone or multiplayer, different challenges, whatever. But again, they are dropping them stagnant for the next 2 weeks until you can get it. There's already a glitch out, so you can get the crossbow. I got the crossbow.
Got that ricochet anti-cheat, bro.
You know what I mean? So that was one thing where I'm just like, bro, come on. Like, what the fuck are these? Like when I see stuff like this, I'm like, you guys don't even have your current game together. And it's not like I had to download a software or anything. I literally just did it in the system because I was getting fucking wrecked with the crossbow. And I'm like, okay, how do these dudes have this game? You know what I mean? And then I looked it up on YouTube, and there's streamers with 20,000 views running around. And I'm like, okay, so if these motherfuckers come back and ban me when I have video proof of motherfuckers wall hacking me, I am going to be the biggest anti-Call of Duty player ever. I swear to God. I hope I'm listening. I'm saying this on record. Apex. Yeah, I fucking did the glitch and I got the crossbow. Ban me, I swear to God. But no, and I'm gonna be completely anti. Cause that's bullshit, bro. It's not like I got like software. It's not like I'm going through all these third parties and jumping through hoops. This is literally something that you can do in their menu. Not my fault.
They don't crack this, man.
It's not my fault. So they just need to fix the game, bro. All this shit, and they're going back to develop Sledgehammer. They made 2 of the lowest rated games. Why are they making this one again? Again, biased, I like it. But if they're the lowest one between Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, why? And they're just piggybacking off of the game that's already going on. It just makes no sense. It's frustrating. Where are they going to go with it? What are they going to do? The content now, in my opinion, is already terrible. I don't even like the new season 2. There's nothing exciting. All of the packs that came out are terrible. All of the gun designs are terrible. All the skins are terrible. They're giving us reskinned map. The new maps that they dropped were out on the last Vanguard game. The last Sledgehammer game. They just reskinned them and just added them to this game. So, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to see. I'm sorry to kind of rant on it, but it's just one of the biggest franchises ever. It's just absolutely terrible.
Like a moment of silence for all these terrible decisions. It's like it just keeps getting worse.
And I'm not trying to get on him. Who knows? Maybe everyone being back in the office again 3 days a week will help them out. Actually, who knows? This is Activision, not even Sledgehammer. So who knows what their work schedule is? But it's like, you know what I mean? I just don't understand it. Why?
Like some of the bigs are getting worse, fam. It's like they just keep taking steps to, it's like PlayStation, right? Like the bigger guys, it's like we're gonna keep paying for it. Like the game has a place for, you know what I mean? Like if the new FIFA or EPL or whatever game it is, if it sucks, I'm gonna buy it every year. I played 2K with you guys for like 6 hours a year. I'm gonna buy 2K. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna buy, my dumbass buys the new Pokemon games and plays them for 3 gyms. There's certain stuff I'm gonna buy because I'm like a part of the community. You know what I mean? Like it's we were all gonna buy Harry Potter. If it sucked, if it was great, if it was in the middle, if there were trans players in it, like we were all gonna buy Harry Potter because it's Harry Potter. You didn't even read the books, but you're like, I want to be part of everyone's doing it. So like there are certain games we're gonna buy, and Call of Duty is one of them, right? Even if I don't get it at launch, it'll be on discount. I'm like, I'll play with the boys. But they don't. I just feel like they don't recognize how much they lose when they take these kind of shit steps or missteps or short sells. Again, like people would be into the franchise. I'd be like, "What's up with the Call of Duty movies?" I would want Call of Duty movies like to take the Fast and the Furious mantle. You know what I'm saying? Give me 9 Call of Duty movies with crazy car shit. That fits for me so well. Call Michael Bay right now and get the Call of Duty movies going. Like, give me the whole shit. Instead, they just
like a Pacific Rim spinoff or some shit. You know what I mean? Give me something good.
Right? Call of Duty meets Gundam. I'm there. Shad's hype. See, we're there. Also, we never talked about that new Gundam game. Either way, we're gonna buy it. So, right? But it just makes me bummed. I keep being sad about it. It's like the inverse of Nintendo, which is funny because like those aren't the games that you play. But these guys are like, no, we're just gonna take our time. I'm like, no, Zelda. Everybody loves Zelda. Run it up. No matter what it is, put it out, we'll buy it. And they're like, that's cool. We're going to take our time, though. We'll get there. I've been waiting for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for like 6 years. Good. Take 6 years. I'll wait. Give me some good shit. So, I don't know, man. Inverse of what Nintendo's got going on. But I guess Pokemon does that every time. The riches get richer.
Yeah, and I don't know. That's just we'll have to see. I love the game. It's nostalgic. Love the franchise, but I just feel like it's just one of those things. It's like what Nick Merckx, like what we said about him. Like, who's asking for this?
Who is asking for this?
I feel like that's such a simple question. Like, we should just have somebody that sits in all these meetings and just like, all right, you said your point. Go cue to the guy. Who's asking for this? If you can't answer that question, then then just scrap this shit.
I do that work. I'm like, wait, but for who though? Like, who is the audience for this? Did we think about that? If it's like 6 people, could we just not do it? Brandon's out there, you know what I'm saying? Someone's playing PS4 games.
Yeah.
Oh, with that said, maybe we can leave on a little bit of a happier note. I was going to check out the Zelda trailer, but you don't be playing no Switch anyways. You want to look at this Atomic Heart?
Yeah, man, I thought this was cool. Obviously, you know Jensen Ackles, our boy. He was, I don't know, they got him in the trailer. This is coming out in just a few days. Was this on Tuesday?
I'm going to say yes, because Jensen Ackles sounds nice, but I don't know what the fuck that
dude
is.
From Supernatural. The white guy from Supernatural, and then he was the gay Captain America.
You keep running up a bunch of things I don't know, but this looks like Harry Potter.
Just you recognize him. You recognize him.
Turn this down something. It's mad Harry Potter. You should never break your wand. That's rule number 1. Come on now. Is that Jensen, the little girl?
Yeah. No.
He said yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that fool. Gay Captain America from The Boys. I thought you meant actual gay Captain America. I was like, they had a gay Captain America in Marvel?
You're like, Shad, his
They
name
got
was Chris
mad
Evans.
spinoffs. Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, this looks fun, but it's not telling me dick about the game. Ah! He does play a really good villain in The Boys.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait for the new season.
So they took the villain in The Boys and put him in a smash room. He destroyed the Chinese balloon.
China.
Big China.
That's how you do it. The atomic way.
What, a whale?
You fight a humpback
don't-
whale. You fight a sperm whale.
I don't know what just happened. I'm gonna be honest. There was a lot of white rage on the screen. Are those zombies? Are those robots? Are those zombie robots? At one point in time, there was a whale he shot. And what was this weapon he had? Do you know anything about this, Banton? What?
Nah, bro. I've only seen a couple of videos on it coming out. It just looks mad violent, and it excites me.
You know, he knows his violence.
Apparently, it's an RPG game. It's like an action
Doesn't look like
RPG.
an RPG.
So it's
Yeah.
gonna be
Oh,
like,
action RPG.
Yeah.
I was like, that didn't look like
Yeah.
an RPG to me. And yeah, I mean, I guess he comes from the boys universe. They'd be wild, violent. They were saying that the other night. Like, the show's just kind of violent. Yeah, one thing about the
Kind of.
boys is you're gonna keep getting that. So it's like, if you can't handle this, you should just turn it off.
They said that the production for this next season that's coming out, apparently, like, I don't know who it was, some executive couldn't even handle being in the room because there's one scene that's so intense, that the most intense thing he's ever seen on TV, and it's like,
Like,
damn,
right.
y'all are just pushing. And Amazon, Jeff Bezos is just like, I don't even care, dude. He just doesn't even care. He's just bald and proud, dude.
I don't even care. Disney can't do shit. They can't do shit. Put it on.
It's funny because you
Hype
say
on
that, and I was like, I actually don't. I just see everybody just smashing shit in the trailers.
No.
Like, what is the game about? And then I Google it, and it's just a first-person shooter. I'm like, okay, well, what is
What's
this
it
game?
about? We got Jensen.
The history of the alternative reality of the 1950s originates from the development of robotics and advanced technology during the
Steampunk.
Second World War. The gaming world is not so far from the ideals that humanity is fighting for today. A happy society, the supremacy of science, ideal cities, sunshine, green parks and squares. What is this? We can get all this in the near future, but shall we look at the underside of the ideal world? Could something like this be already happening? So I guess AI and tech takes over the world. Now we're fighting back. Looks like. I mean, that's what I kind of get from it. And it looks like
Okay.
everything's all robotic and shit.
iRobot.
Yeah, so like a spin on.
iRobot with
look at
like
this.
Tom Cruise version. Okay, I mean,
I sent it to the
Look.
Riverside chat.
someone's going to play it. The
Maybe
chances that someone is me are very low. I like their art. We like Jensen Ackles.
I'm gonna check
history
this
of
out. It
the-
reminds me of
Wow,
Dying Light
this is-
too. The fighting mechanics.
It looks like Man in the High Tower a little bit. You see that show?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
what if World War II went different?
Yeah, facts.
I love that game. And the guns, are you seeing the guns, Anton? These are interesting.
Wow.
All right, well,
Railgun,
hey, you know
AK.
what? You play this and let me know what you think, because I'm bad at the one-player type of games, and this one is no Hogwarts. So I'm going to go over and cast Revelio about 50 more times while you hit somebody with a wrench. That's all we
Yo,
got for you this
what-
week.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry. Shout out to our boy Ian, man. He has been killing me with the Wild Hearts plugs this week. We should have got him in here for a quick review.
I thought
on
this
that
was
game.
Wild Hearts.
different games.
Oh, fuck. Don't
We had
be
a
throwing
podcast
different
where we
Hearts
talked
games
about
at
it.
me.
Yeah,
We
very
talked about
sad.
Wild Hearts?
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
Wild Hearts and Atomic Hearts, but it was briefly. I think it was like episode 38 or 37.
Yeah, we talked about it a while ago.
Yeah.
Did
That's
did
what I'm
we
saying.
have
The
like
only
a first
trailers
look?
I've seen are like violent. Yeah,
I think we had trailers for both. Yeah, but the trailers didn't look like this. We didn't have Jason Eckel or Jetson Eckel or Jensen
What's
Jensen
Jason
Ackles.
Leguizamo.
Jason Leguizamo.
Jensen
dude, yeah.
Leguizamo.
Jensen-
No.
So,
I've
yeah.
never seen this Wild Hearts game. Y'all made that up. That's fake. Episode 38.
Bro, hold on.
We don't even have no episode 38.
Plug in a
Join the
rewind
hunt
here. I'm gonna plug in a
today.
rewind here. If you do, I guess it's the only place you'd be listening to this. I hope so.
Yeah, right.
Bro, check this.
This isn't like a prominent actor, is it? Or is it like an AI generated face? Like who's an actor
you.
and who's not? Oh, that's me. It's Chad.
And then, all right, we're back. That's when I said it. So we're gonna come back to that. I'm gonna make a clip out of that.
I'm gonna go
I
and
remember.
check. I'm looking in the notes.
Specifically talking about it. But that's what I didn't know because the trailer was just like that. It was just and I was like, oh, this looks tight. And then it was like coming soon, but this was like 6 months ago. I remember it threw me. I was trying to find info on it.
Shad, why did you do that? How did you know that? Episode 37. All right, it was in
Damn,
there.
that was close.
Mm-hmm.
What are these even notes? I'm sick of you guys. All right, well, we're the Wild Hearts Podcast, and until next time, you can find us here.
Hearts Podcast.
Brought to you by the Comic-Con Radio Network. This has been the No Randoms Podcast. We appreciate you, and we are out of here.
No randoms.